Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. So this is, of course, the new movie based off of the popular board strategy fantasy game, Dungeons and Dragons, and of course, you can say it outright the gate. This is a really good movie. But let's go in more depth with that, shall we? So this movie is about a guy named I'm just gonna say Ed. Like his full name is something longer, but we're just gonna say Ed, played by Chris Pine and Olga, played by Michelle Rodriguez. And these two characters are, after escaping prison from a heist gone wrong, they head back to find that one of their former compadres has become the king of a city, and he has Ed's daughter, like, not locked up, but more like on his side. And he betrayed them and is working with an evil wizard thing. So now Ed and Olga have to form a new team and plan to take him down and save Ed's daughter and and get rich off of it. Because he also has a lot of money that he stole from them. Now, I'm just going to say it right here. The movie's plot... Okay, it's better to say this. This is definitely one of the cases where what's more fun is the adventure rather than the end. Because the actual plot I just described to you is pretty uninteresting in the movie. But what is interesting is the adventure itself and what's in it. But yeah, the actual reasons why they're doing it is a little boring. So it's definitely more of an adventure being fun, more fun than what you're getting out of it. No, adventure is more fun than the end goal. There you go, that's better. Now, let's go into the real reason why I love this movie, is the effects. Both the CG and the practical effects in this movie are really goddamn good. And I want to commend the fact that they decided to go a lot with practical, which I really commend them for doing that, because it would have been so much easier just to do CG through the whole thing. It probably would have been cheaper. But I will commend that fact that they decided to use a lot of practical effects as well. As a horror fan, I appreciate it. Speaking of horror, we'll segue into what's probably the next good thing about this movie, is that it is really fucking funny. It is a really legitimately well-crafted, hilarious script, filled with pretty good moments. I think the most notable sequence of the good humor would be the graveyard scene, where they're talking to zombies to figure out what happened to this lost relic that they need in order to infiltrate the city. And they're bringing these people back from the dead, and it's super well written and timed. And it's so funny. It's probably the best scene in the movie for me. And also the zombie makeup is really good. It's very the zombies look very Creepshow-esque, which of course that's one of my favorite horror films ever made. So or I guess another way to describe them is they also kind of look like Big Ben or Gramps from House and House 2. But yeah, really good zombie makeup and again, it's just overall really funny scene, and the entire movie is really funny. So, very funny script, very well-timed actions, and of course the practical effects in the CG are great. And speaking of the CG, we of course have fat dragon, which is so like you like when the dragon actually comes out, you're expecting a dragon, but you don't expect him to be overweight, and because usually like you don't actually ever think of what happens when a dragon lets itself go. So that's a really good subversion tactic of humor. Really good use of that. So, yeah. All in all, the effects and humor are very well done. And definite fucking grade A stuff. Now, let's move on to probably another issue I do have with this movie. And that is some elements of the plot feel not really utilized well, or like some things are kind of like just shoehorned in at the end. Like they're introduced along like a bit pretty things that are like introduced like somewhat early on, and they're not really brought back until the end. And like when they come back, you kind of like, oh, and it reminds you like, oh, that's here. It's not a huge issue, but it is something I want to note, that the movie does have some aspects of the plot that don't really come back into play until like the very end. And it's kind of weird. But overall, I'd say D&D, Honor Among Thieves, putting in the old blood bag here, I'd say it gets a solid 90%. Very fun movie. Very, very funny movie. It's got great action, great characters, and it's just all around a really fun movie. I'd recommend you check it out, both if you're a fan of the D&D game, or if you just like movies, then I'd highly recommend you check it out. And next Monday, I should be able to be talking about a certain Italian man. A certain mushroom Italian man. Dot. Yeah, I'm talking about Mario next, because I'll be seeing that next Monday. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this review, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.